I do a lot of reviews on different budget lightsabers, but today I want to expand into something different. I want this channel to be more than just lightsabers and show other cosplay items like costumes, helmets, and this thing, which some people would say is so uncivilized. Let's begin. Hello there, to all my Jedi and Sith companions. I'm your host, the Frugal Jedi. If this is your first time tuning in, so glad you could make it, because today is a special episode where I'm going to be unboxing and reviewing a blaster. The one that we're going to be looking at is a DL-44, which is the blaster that Han Solo uses. It's available on Etsy, and the company that makes it is called 3D Pogo. And you can tell by that name that this is 3D printed. They did an amazing job of replicating that blaster. It sells for $121.02 US. And you can get it with the stand or without the stand. Without the stand, the price goes down to $106.50 US. I got free shipping to Canada, so I don't know if free shipping is offered to the US. I'm gonna probably guess that it is. But I can't confirm that. And what I like about this blaster is the fact that they also use wood on the handle. It's not completely plastic. These are made to order and they are custom painted. They're not mass produced, so in terms of being really cheap, it's not super cheap, but you are going to be getting a really nice replica prop. This isn't functional. You can't shoot it. You can't press the trigger. It's really meant to be put on display, or if you're going to cosplay, you put it into the holster or hold it during pictures, and it looks really impressive. 3D Pogo sells a whole bunch of different blaster replicas and a couple of helmet replicas. In addition to the DL-44, they also have Boba Fett's blaster. They have the Westar 35 Bo-Katan blaster, the E11 blaster, which is used by stormtroopers. They have Mandalorians, the SE-14 used by Death Troopers. They have a blaster from the Book of Boba Fett, the EE-3. They have Boba Fett's helmet, the DC-17 blaster, the Mandalorian rifle, which is one of my personal favorites. I love the way that thing just vaporizes every enemy it hits. They have a DH-17, they have the Mandalorian helmet, and they have Jango Fett's blaster, which looks really sleek as well. It is now time to point the camera down at the table and unbox this blaster. It came shipped in this cardboard box, and this cardboard box was full of packing peanuts. And as soon as you open the box, you will see a warning. Or not so much a warning, but this is more for customs. It says this is plastic blaster replica and it can't in any way be transformed into a weapon. The reason they include that is because there is no orange tip on the end of this blaster. I contacted the seller and asked him not to put the orange tip on. I can dig through all this and make a huge mess, but I'm just going to remove all these packing peanuts first, and then we'll take the blaster out. All right, I got rid of some of the packing peanuts, and we'll pull out this blaster. Isn't that beautiful? Let's get all this peanuts that are stuck in there. There we go. It is so well detailed, and I love the paint job on that. I did also order the stand, and there's the stand. So I'm just gonna get this box out of the way. My cat's been dying to play in there. There it is. And this is a 1-to-1 scale replica of Han Solo's. It has a nice weight to it. It's not super heavy and it's not super light. It feels like it's a good quality product. And I'm so happy that it has that wood on the grip. The scope is hollowed out so you can look through it. The trigger is not functional, but there is enough room for you to put your finger in to hold it when you're taking photos or when you're just playing. And they did such a nice job painting this. This is hand painted, and I am so impressed by it. I love the attention to detail with all these different sections and screws. Looking at this, you wouldn't know that this was 3D printed. I am so impressed by it, very happy with it. Okay, well, I'm going to assemble this display stand. So I'm gonna move this out of the way. So that's gonna go into there. And it came with this plate saying Star Wars Han Solo DL-44 blaster. That's gonna go like that. And then the blaster sits on top like that. And it is a beautiful piece to look at. Now, I wanted to go one step further and give this a really cool light-up display. You've probably seen my Jabba the Hutt palace on my shelf there when I do my intro. So let me show you what I did to that palace, which is now going to be the display for this blaster. I found this Jabba the Hutt palace toy, and this is original from 1983 or 84, I believe. Came with Jabba the Hutt, and the guy wanted $5 for it. I thought that's a great deal. And I already had it in my head that this is going to make a really cool display stand once that blaster came in. I should talk about shipping. How long did it take to get here? It ships from Croatia, and it took roughly 3 weeks. It's to be expected, right? It's going through regular mail post. But you know, I'm not in a rush to get things. It arrived well and it was packaged well, and that's all I really care about. It wasn't broken. Okay, so let me just go back to showing you this here. So what I decided to do was I thought this would look really cool if it lit up. So I went to the dollar store and I found this work light. And this work light is super, super bright. Let me show you. And you could do high or low. Normally the button would be right there, but I didn't want to have to open it every time to turn it on and off. That means I'd have to take the blaster off and open it and click it. So what I did is I wired it out of the pit. And there, I put the switch on the back with some hot glue. And on the bottom is where the batteries are. And that fit really well inside the bottom there. And then I also added this green translucent plastic. And what this stuff is, it's divider pages from a binder. And again, I found that at the dollar store. So I just cut them out, put them there. I used some skewers. Hopefully you can see those skewers. And those skewers are hot glued in just to add a little more rigidity to the plastic so that when it has weight on it, it's not going to bow. All right, so now let's just take our stand. And I'm going to put the stand further back so that the light can illuminate the front of it. And we can put the blaster on top like that and turn it on. But first, let me dim the lights, then we'll illuminate it. Let me show you how it looks when I turn on the light. Doesn't that look frickin' cool? It just gives it a little bit more finesse to it. And when I have this displayed and I have that light turned on and I have company over, they're gonna be looking at this blaster and just wowing over it. And if it's too bright, I can also turn it down. I'm really happy with the way this little display turned out for just $5. And if I want to, I could still kind of fit Jabba up there in the front. Yeah, his long tail kind of covers the light a little bit, but well, whatever, looks cool. All right, that's it for the blaster. So let's turn the lights back on and join me in final thoughts, and I'll let you know what I think about it. Now for my final thoughts. Value for money is okay. It's not fantastic, but it's not horrible. You have to remember that this company is making these to order. They're painting each one of them by hand. They're not just on an assembly line being produced in the millions. So you are going to pay a little more. I don't have a problem paying a little more for something that's handmade and supporting smaller businesses. This is a great product. Value for money, I'm going to give it a 3.5 out of 5. In terms of design, I love how it looks. It's exactly like the one in the movie. Really nice weathering paint job. I like the wood on the grip. And the stand with the placard, it looks really cool. So design, perfect, giving it a 5-star. And lastly, quality. It was packed really well. It had thousands of packing peanuts in that box. The stand and placard were wrapped in bubble wrap. And the plastic itself is really sturdy. You could whack this thing, you shouldn't, but you can see like it's not gonna break. If you drop it, it might, but it's really well made. So quality-wise, I'm giving it 5 stars. When we take the 3 individual scores, add them up, divide by 3, we get a score of 4.5 out of 5, which is exactly right for this product. It is really nice, a little pricey, but worth it in my opinion, if you want blasters. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, as always, please don't forget to click that like, hit subscribe, and tap the bell to stay up to date whenever I release new content. Until next time, I've been your host, the Frugal Jedi, and remember, there's nothing like a good blaster at your side, kid.